Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Trustees, patrons, Ladies Wing, Global Youth Wing, WMO members, elders, brothers, and sisters. It's in a very difficult time that I have to address you. 3 months ago, we were all in Dubai having our AGM, planning for the next one, planning for the future, having a whole week of banquets, meeting people, enjoying the time, and having very good, robust, and encouraging discussions. Never ever did we realize that in a few weeks, the world would be a different place. Within a few weeks, the world has changed. We now live in a new world where we all have to stand up. This is the first time in our lives that we are all going to be incarcerated. As the world goes in lockdown, all our chapters are there now already, and we have to follow the laws of the land. We are very fortunate as Muslims. We believe in our Allah Ta'ala, and we know He's Ghafurur Rahim, He's there to protect us, but He has also made it very clear, fasten your camel. While this all goes on, it's the first time in the world that the so-called borders are no more. The so-called religions, colors, nothing matters, as this virus does not discriminate. This virus is for all. And the world has to stand up together to combat this. But one thing is for sure, the world has realized now that when life is threatened, all the other things don't even matter. But we also know that there are so many of our people and humanity at large that are going to suffer through this. And we pray the protection for us and for all of them. In the meantime, the work of WMO has to go on. And my EXCO team and me have been working and see how do we go forward, what can we do, and where do we help. Before that, I must point out to you that we have provisionally, and I'm again pointing out provisionally, set a new date for the AGM to be in January of next year and not September of this year as we had planned. But this is a provisional date because we don't know what the next few weeks or next few months will be. However, if there is a change in the next few weeks and we can keep the date, we shall do so. But bearing in mind that this year, having elections and all the other matters to be considered, there are timelines we got to follow and notices have to be given. So that is why it's critical that we have to find a second date so things can be brought into place and we can act on it. So you will understand that this is something that we have to look at and plan. Furthermore, it is quite clear that this is the time for WMO to stand up. Stand up and see what we can do, where we can do, and what difference can we make to those that we really have to care for. It's not only our community, but humanity at large. And this is where we request all chapters, VPs and the RMC bodies to stand up and see how they can help, what they can do in the areas they are, because every area will be required to do something. But at the same time, ensure that even the Global Fund is always there so that we can help the humanity at large. We have worked on few options that we can do. There are options that we have of distributing hygiene packs or distributing food. But above all, we've also looked at other areas. How do we also give a grant to those that are unemployed? How do we help the underprivileged? How do we help that are unemployed? But we also have logistic problems of delivering in those areas where it's so difficult. And that is where we find that logistics plays a key role in whatever we do. But we are planning, looking, and doing all the time. Already, things have happened very quickly in the last 24 hours. At our last meeting, the EXCO appointed a COVID-19 team to lead this and to act on it 24/7. And believe it, with the Almighty's grace, matters are happening very quickly. The North Indian chapter under Ehsan Ba and Shabir Ba Patka have already come up with a proposal of how they can distribute a lot of packs to a lot of families. This will help a couple of thousand families where basic foods like rice, dal, oil, and the basic commodities are packed and distributed. Despite under lockdown, they can deliver the food and they can make it happen. So that is why we have gone in with them. We've made a substantial donation from our global fund, and that is happening now while I talk to you. They are also doing their part in it, but this will help to resolve that. The Middle East chapter is doing a tremendous job of distributing the other side, the hygiene packs. Also looking at how we can help those that cannot keep up with their rental payments and other things. So the Middle East chapter has also got a substantial donation from us so that they can carry out this. We are looking at the Pakistani side and see what we can do there. We have left it to Shoaib Ba and them to come up with proposals that if and when we help and what is needed, they must show us how we can logistically carry out whatever we do. But that will not stop there. We have to play this role all across the globe. And this is where we need the chapters to stand with us. Together, we are strong. Together, we will make it. There's no maybe about it. And this is the time that we can also see when we are incarcerated at home, that gives us an opportunity to spend more time with family, to realize what is our role in this world. What are we supposed to do that? Why, where, and what will we help? And this is the time that you reflect and realize that there's a greater thing in life than just chasing the things that we do daily. But at the same time, we must realize a lot of our people have to do it for a basic living. And this will affect everybody. This will affect economics. This will affect businesses. This will be a game changer. And all we can pray and make dua that at the end, we come out on top. And inshallah, we will. I'm very confident that with our faith and what we do, we are sure that we can do it and we can make it happen. And we must make sure there's very few fatalities, because the news coming out from all over the world is really not good. This is the time I appeal to every member to really open your hearts and really donate lillah, zakat, sadaqah, whatever you got. The needs are there. We can help you distribute that. And I've pointed out before, and I'll point it out to you again, we will distribute it at no charge, at no cost. So your dollar will be distributed as it comes. I am so happy to have a wonderful EXCO team that is full of energy, and they are ready to move and ready to do. We decide in a few hours what we're going to do and how quickly we do it. And we can only do it with your support, and it will happen. At this point of time, we make dua for everybody. Remember us in your duas. And we must make sure that we're not only there for us, but humanity at large. And now everything else takes second place as we go out and make a difference. And this, I would like to end with a simple thing, which is from Sheikh Yasir Qadi, from his book, The History of Plagues. It might be the worst of times, but with thought and positive action, it can be transformed into the best of times. And inshallah, that is what it will be. I thank you for listening, and I appeal to you all, let's rise together. This makes this happen. Wa alaikum salam, Suliman Noor, WMO.